Hello, welcome to the single session vlog. My name is Alesya, and this is where we talk about all things single session therapy related. I am coming to you today from the traditional territories of the Haudenosaunee and the Anishinaabe. We are bound by the dish with one spoon wampum, and currently I am in downtown Hamilton, Ontario in Canada. So today, the thing that I want to talk about has to do with time. Now, time is such an interesting thing because it is all about perception. Now, what I want to talk about specifically is time as a currency of respect, which sometimes we don't think of it as a currency. Now, what I mean by this is time is one of those things in life that people just don't get back. We know that. And we are given a finite amount of it to spend, to use in all kinds of different ways. I think sometimes, though, we take for granted the time that we have or the time that other people spend with us. And that's in all relationships, not just in therapeutic relationships. But I think one of the things that we really need to be thinking about, especially in therapy, is what is the value of our client's time? Now, I had the privilege a couple of years ago of going to South Africa and doing a little bit of work on the Train of Hope. And I don't know if anybody knows what that is, but it is a train that travels around the countryside of South Africa. And it's a train where each car has a specific function. So there's an optometry car, a medical car, a dentistry car, and there's like a mental health car. Now, this is a train that moves frequently. I think that they're only in one location for 2 weeks at a time. But when I was there, I was absolutely astonished and humbled and struck by the fact that people sometimes would walk for 2 days to find the train. Sometimes they would have to stay overnight outside on plastic chairs waiting for the train cars to open the next day. This was amazing to me. It was amazing to me that people would choose to do this, and it was amazing to me that people had the perseverance to want things for themselves that mattered. I believe that we need to always honor this, that if people are choosing to spend time with us, we have to be so respectful of the fact that it is a choice that they are making, and that we need to do our very best to be respectful and to honor that choice. Now, on this train, it was a true single session kind of a model because people would travel, they were only there for 2 weeks, and that literally would likely be the only time that people would be able to have a mental health kind of conversation with people who chose to come. What comes to me now when I talk about this, and as I talk about this with you, is that it really is about respect. Now, I'm not saying that you have to be perfect. I don't think that anybody is ever perfect all of the time. But I think that one of the ways that we need to communicate our respect to our clients is by doing the absolute best that we can with the time that we have. And what that means is that we need to know what we're doing. Now, I don't think that we need to know what we're doing in terms of telling people what to do in their lives, but I think that we have to have a clear ground and a clear foundation for what we are doing and what our role is and how to do it the best that we can. That means that from a clinical perspective, we need to take single session therapy seriously. We need to recognize that there's a very specific skill set that is required to be effective and efficient when we go into these sessions with people. And again, this is not just because we should, this is because it is a sign of respect. And I think most of us who enter this field want to be respectful. I think that we come into this with a true desire to be helpful and to want the best for our clients. I don't think we're doing it for money. So then when we show up, we have to make sure that we are taking our skill in our profession as seriously as any other one does, which means that we have to really and truly be intentional about what we're doing in these sessions. Now, that means that when we go into the sessions, we have to focus in on certain things specifically about what the client wants. We have to know that we are doing what the client is asking us to do. I don't think that that's telling people how to live their life. I think a lot of times that really comes with the idea of, can you help me to get through this stuck moment? Can we have a conversation that gives me the hope and the capacity and the feeling of power that I can actually do this? That is respectful, but that does not come without being very intentional about the questions that we ask and about what we say. Time management in a single session is a big deal because we are only given a certain amount of time. That again means that when we say something, we have to have a reason behind what we're saying it. There needs to be a purpose. We need to be grounded by a foundation of why we are doing and saying the things that we are, so that we can communicate, I respect and honor the fact that you are sharing and giving me this time that you are not going to get back. That's all I have for today. Thank you so much for listening. Like this, share this, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.